Okay, I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere, but I'm still gonna teach your candy ass how I made a client $465,000 from one video. And no, that is not liras, that is not rupees, Hong Kong dollars, won, even Canadian dollar, because that shit's useless. I'm talking about hardcore United States dollars in the bank, and I'm about to teach you. Okay, so just to show some baseline metrics as well, as you can see, we've had wide ranges of videos from 0 views in a video to almost 1 mil. And I'm about to show you that having less views counterintuitively is better for you, actually. And just to start off here, over the time, I think this is roughly around less than a year or so. This is 1.4 million views from YouTube with a 0.62 conversion rate, which is 8,808 clicks onto the landing page. And from there, we converted 0.33% of them, which is 349 book calls. Yes, sir. Let's get into it. I just realized I also forgot to show you the most important thing. This is our matrix for all the data tracking. As you can see, it looks delicious. And by delicious, I mean it looks awful because we reset our main tracker, which is RevTrack right here. We reset the data, and so I just exported all that previous data onto this Excel sheet so we can keep it. As you see here, I'm exposing it. This is the video title for what got us the most amount of sales, 31 sales, 31 times 15,000. And there goes your number, right? Clicks. So this is the amount of people that go on the landing page from the people that watch watch the video. You see 1.84%. And then from there, how many people got sold from the click onto the landing page? As you can see, 6.07%. Boom, there it is. You never see numbers like that. Just prove the point even more. We have one video right here. Just proved it here. Actually, I think we might have changed this title, actually. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on it. But 5,000 views and 8 sales. Pretty easy with 11.4% conversion rate. There you go. You got it. Calls. Yes, sir. Let's get into it. Okay, so main thing I'm about to do is I'm about to show you the 3 things how you can mimic this exact same result with literally any client in whatever niche, only because these are just, in my opinion, just fundamentals of YouTube. And it doesn't have anything to do with like the fact that Bago is like specifically software engineering coaching, as realistically not even have anything to do with info in general. But you know what? All you guys are probably course sellers, and I want to do business with you, so I'm gonna say that it is. All right, you got me. Okay, main thing here that I also want to kind of flex around here. We did it so well that we have cocksuckers like this that are copying our videos almost word for word. You could definitely tell that he's putting it through GPT because one, the proprietary frameworks that we rebranded is completely the exact same. And as well, you can see here, this guy's a fucking idiot. He tried to undercut the shit out of us. Just for example, Bago sells it for 5K per month, and this idiot is trying to sell it for $400 upfront, and that's it, one-time payment. As you can see, based on how long his beard is, he's an idiot. But you know what? We won't say anything about it. Okay, so first things first. Enough yapping, and I'll actually teach you something here. Okay, number one thing is packaging is the most important thing. If anybody tells you that like views is more important, call them an idiot. And in fact, just call them a retard because that is so dumb. Okay, like the classic analogy that I always give is if you have like a tutorial video on YouTube talking about like how you have the solution to cancer, you have the cure, right? If you don't make good thumbnails and good packaging, nobody's gonna know that you have that solution. Okay, so that's why packaging is the most important thing. One, it's the first impression that people get about you, and secondly, it's what earns them. It's what gives them the right to watch your videos, right? And so you got to think about it that way. Think in reverse, where packaging is the most important thing. Fuck retention, fuck editing, fuck scripting in general. Like this is the most important thing. Packaging is king. Okay. Without this, like you can't even track data properly. I'll show you my matrix on how and the infrastructure on how we're scraping data properly so that we know exactly what we have to film and where we need to like optimize. But this is like your base layer of your triangle. This is a base foundation that you need, right, to make any of this work. Okay. This is the definition of packaging. Your thumbnail, your title, and the first two sentences in the video, right? I'm gonna use this in a sentence. Your packaging on the latest video was a banger. Okay, so why the first two sentences? Because most people's common misconception that it's just title and the thumbnail, but the main thing is yes, the title and the thumbnail is what they first initially see, but after they do click on it, they need to be reconfirmed on what they initially thought this video was going to be about. So if in the title, holy fuck, a butterfly just flew in my neck. Okay, hopefully that caught on camera. But let's say you analyze the thumbnail, you analyze the title, and you think it's about, I don't know, fucking finding unicorns in Scotland, right? And the first two sentences in this video must confirm that this video is going to be about finding unicorns in Scotland, right? And so that's why packaging is those three key elements that are wrapped together like a bubble bath. Okay, so for example, this is this is each funnel step in just a regular YouTube, right? First, you have the packaging. Like I said, this is your base layer. You need to get this shit on lock, right? And then from there, once you have mastered that, then you could look into actually gathering proper analytics for your audience and demographics, right? Like, let's say, for example, continue with this video. It's about Bago, where he's looking for mid to senior software engineers. That's roughly aged around like 20 to 45, just because there's no other mid-level senior engineers below that, because below that, they're all juniors, right? And so that's the next key that we're trying to unlock. And then from there is the retention. So, for example, let's say you have an audience of, let's say junior engineers and one is senior with like 40 years of expertise. These guys are going to have two different appetites. Like this junior guy, he probably grew up watching fucking Mr. Beast and Baby Shark and can't even focus for 3 seconds straight. While you have the 6-year-old that grew up without even the fucking telephone, right? And so he's going to have a way bigger content appetite than this person, and they're just got to be treated differently. So, for example, if you have Mr. Beast style edits, you're going to only attract these kinds of people that are 20-year-olds, and the retention is going to be really good, but you're cultivating the wrong audience, right? While on the reverse, if you have no edits, this 6-year-old is going to be basically the entire audience and demographic, and the retention is still going to be good, which then means conversions, right? And that is the main thing I'm trying to paint towards here, is that to have conversions, you need to have packaging, right? This is your base layer. And so don't mistake packaging with click-through rates though, although it is an important metric in the beginning, it's not the holy Bible, right? And so like click-through rate is an initial good metric to monitor, like when you first launch it, just to see what the traction is, because also it will determine the view per hour, which is very important in the beginning. But over time, it's gonna go down. Like as the impressions goes up and the circle of people that are wanting to watch this increases past your ICP. But that's fine because the people that like needed to watch it already have watched it. So like just a quick example, I'll show you here. It's two different videos, right? One has a 6.3 click-through rate, right? And then one has 4.3. Which one do you think would have done better? Well, let's see here. Well, would you look at that? Huh? 15.1 million compared to 11.8. Oh, but Jeffrey, I thought you said click-through rate's important. No, I said in the beginning, right? And so if you look here, I'll reveal the views. Oh, wow, would you look at that? One had almost 1 million views, while one only had 1.1K, right? So it's definitely different. It's what you should monitor in the beginning, because if you see it low, then you got to switch out the packaging right away before more people see it and then click off, or just never click on it ever again. So a rule of thumb is over time, your click-through rate will go down as long as your impressions continue to rise. Let the packaging do all the heavy lifting. That's literally it, right? And just because I'm such a generous guy, here, take a screenshot. Let me like flex up a little bit, right? Now I'm in the screenshot. This is your checklist. I assume that you're probably the business owner or the founder of the info product that you currently sell. So you're gonna take a picture of this, send it over to your little nerd thumbnail designer, and make sure he goes through this at a T. This is literally like the base level of like just what you have to have just in order to be within the realm of like having good packaging and having good videos that blow up and as well convert people. So first thing is keep thumbnail text 4 words or less. Like, I don't want to see a entire sentence on that thumbnail. It not only will people just not read it, but if you have too many words, you can't make it big enough or having enough where it stands out. Okay, so keep it 4 words or less. Less is always better. Okay, and they need to invoke some emotion and never describe what the video is going to be about. You want to leverage a curiosity gap, right? Second rule, you want to use cognitive dissonance or just use like an identity hook, which calls out your audience essentially. Where, like, for example, software engineers, since we want software engineers to watch the fucking video because we're selling software engineering products, we need to call them out. We got to say, software engineers, your life sucks because of X, or stop coding. That's a cognitive dissonance that we've used and it worked clean. And so, yeah, leverage those and I guarantee you it's going to work. Titles should clarify transformation or the benefit, but not repeat the thumbnail. So I think it is very amateur when I see people put in the same word in the title and the thumbnail. It's just wasted words. They're going to get the same word regardless, whether it's in the title or the thumbnail, but it doesn't need to be both. It doesn't emphasize anything. It just screams immaturity. Okay, and the last thing is you have to run the A/B test. No matter how good you think it is, it doesn't matter about what the fuck you think. It's about what other people think in your audience, right? And so leverage the YouTube built-in A/B test system, but as well use thumbnailtest.com because then you could also switch out the thumbnails and the titles and keep and match them together. Okay, so that is point number 1. I'm telling you, that is the most important thing. Don't get twisted. Number 2 and 3 is not going to be as important, but it's still important, but it won't be as important as this number as number 1, where packaging is the most important thing. Okay, let's get into number 2. Okay, I think I alluded to this earlier. Views are such a vanity metric, it makes me want to kill myself. Not really. I'm just joking. I really don't want to, right? This is legit me when people say views are so fucking important. That's me right now. Okay. So if you ever see an agency guaranteeing you views, you better run the fucking opposite way because they're like as useful. They're less useful as like a glass hammer. Like it. I think people equate way too much value into views when in actuality, like, think about it this way: would you rather have 1,000 people that are all billionaires right in front of you, or would you have 50 million people that don't even have $20 in their bank account? You tell me. Right. And it's especially emphasized more when you sell a high ticket product, whether it's coaching or some kind of info. Okay. So that's why views useless. Okay. It's not important. It just all depends on like who's watching, who are the types of people that are watching. And like I said, this is the most important thing. Right. Keep this in mind. This is going to be your guiding star, I'd say. Okay. And so, for example, I've made tons of videos with lots of views, right? Specifically on short form, but as well on long form as well. Okay. And my point is that getting views is so fucking easy. Like I mean that like so truthfully. Like, I'm not saying it just to be funny, like, oh, like views so easy. Oh, I'm such this cool. No, it's like legitimately so easy. All you have to do is just rip off the same formats that are getting like millions of views. Like, that, like, I don't need to like gatekeep that to like show you guys. Like, it's legitimately that easy. But if you want to get like legit customers that will convert with you like in the future, there's no formula to it, right? You can't just copy a format and then it's just suddenly going to work out. That's not how it works, right? So yeah, like I said, that's what agencies are first starting out to brag about. And how do I know that? Because I was doing the same fucking thing when I first started, bro. Like, as soon as I think it was this video, we got 2.1 million views. Dude, I posted the shit out of that. Put it in every case study video. I like told everybody about it. But in actuality, it's not that important, especially nowadays where the customer appetite is way more different. You know what's more impressive? This is more important. If you guys can't tell, this is all the book calls that we get for Urbago. Okay? And this is way more impressive too. The United States, 24%. India, 11.8%. I've tried literally everything to get rid of them. Literally everything. They still somehow come in, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's just if you just ignore them, then you at least you got United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and Germany people to sell to because they got more than enough money to buy your product. Okay, and especially here too, 13 to 17-year-olds, zero, nice, right? 18 to 24-year-olds, 25%, not that nice, I'll be honest, but it's good enough, right? And then a majority are in 25 to 35, 35 to 44, and 45 to 54. That is a lot more impressive than just saying I've got millions of views for Bigo, because the millions of views is not what converts them into actual paying customers. It's the actual understanding of what they're looking for, so that you could just say what they think, and then they'll relate with you more, right? And that's just what builds authority. Okay. Now, this is the other one. Your video ideas suck, okay? This is what I'm saying before the third one. Like this, I gotta slip it in here, okay? You have zero fucking clue what you're doing, and it legitimately shows. Like, I have clients where they've churned before because they thought they're so smart. They're way smarter than me. I mean, they probably are, to be honest. I'm not that smart of a guy. But they churn, think they could do it themselves, and I literally see them like just blow up their channel after like 6 months of work of me just trying so hard and then like growing it out, and then they like churn 6 months, all gone just because 2 months in they think they like know what they're doing, and then they just blow it up. Nobody comes back, no more sales, and then they come begging back, and then you know what I tell them, right? So like think it back into the fundamentals. Like I think most people, especially now that like YouTube is no longer this like hobby like a creator friendly place. Like it's not like this anymore. There millions of dollars is being poured into this, where businesses are trying to take over, trying to take advantage of this market, and it's just a bloodbath. You can't be average to get results anymore. It's not how it is. Like you got to be ahead of the curve. And if you're focused on, building out your company, building out a better product for your service, whatever the fuck you sell, you don't have time to know what to do on YouTube. And that's why you just have to hire me. And if you want to know how, then I'll put my Calendly in the link below, and let's talk numbers. And if it's worth it for me, then let's do it. Give me 1 sec. Okay, gotta go small mode here. I know you guys love seeing my face, but this is the last and third thing. So I think where a lot of people fuck up is they don't keep the consistent messaging from their first initial contact with the viewer and all the way through the end until they're at the checkout page. And why do I think this, or how do I know, I guess, is that you guys are treating each vertical or like each part of the customer journey as like one segment. You guys aren't thinking about it as like a holistic thing. Well, probably because you have multiple people working on that customer journey where they aren't even talking to each other, right? And so, for example, for Bigo, we have one clear message that hits them, and like we know if the right person hears that, they will convert right away. They'll get on the sales call and just basically put down the card because we know it sticks with them. And the main thing is that the smartest people, which tends to be the highest paid in their company, is tired of building somebody else's dream and the product. We say that in the videos, we say that in the emails, we say that in the landing page messaging. Oh my gosh, that was I'm ESL. I'm an immigrant. What can you do? But if you don't have it like that, like uniformed, you're not going to get good results. Like, think about it. If you're watching some dude say, like, oh, yeah, like you should stop building somebody else's dream, but then you get on the landing page and it says something totally different about how, like, you should achieve, like, freedom and, like, prove that bully that fucked you over in elementary school wrong. They're not going to be on the same wavelength as they were before. So please, whatever messaging you're doing on your videos, you have to carry it over onto your landing page. That goes for the copy here and as well on the VSL. Okay. And I swear to God, that's literally those only three things. One of them is bonus and it doesn't even matter. It's just me roasting you completely. So I swear, if you do those three things, you're gonna get more sales. If it doesn't, you could just email me and just like tell me I'm like a piece of shit. But that's how confident I am. It's so basic. It's just that people don't have the time to put in that actual effort and thinking to do it. So if you have any other questions, or if you want to scale your own YouTube channel so that you could get similar results to Bigot and all the other clients I'm currently working with, where we could just get 2 hours of work for you each month, and then you could just maintain your YouTube client acquisition so that you could get qualified leads each and every week, then book a meeting with me below, and I'll see you there.